Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today. Now I brought you many different things from ancient Egypt, and one thing I have never talked about is sports in ancient Egypt, and I rediscovered this website. This story came out quite a few years ago, but I have never talked about it, so I thought I would today. It says, ancient Egyptians invented bowling. It says, throwing stone balls along a lane might have been a popular game in ancient Egypt, according to evidence unearthed by Italian archaeologists. The game was a mixture of bowling, billiards, and lawn bowls, which I think is kind of like bocce ball, and was played at Narmathios in the Fayum region, some 90 kilometers south of Cairo. It was played in a spacious room that seemed to be the prototype of a modern bowling hall. The room was part of a structure, perhaps a residential building, which dated from the Roman period, specifically between the 2nd and 3rd century AD. It says, we discovered a room with a very well-built limestone floor. Then we noticed a lane and 2 stone balls, said Professor Etta Bresciani, an Egyptologist at the University of Pisa. And it goes in descriptions of the lane and everything. It says, the game was played by 2 players positioned at 2 ends of the lane. One would throw the smaller ball, the other the bigger one. They would throw the balls at the same time. Most likely the bigger ball was thrown along a lane to prevent the smaller ball from entering the hole at the center. When this happened, the smaller ball would easily be recovered from the sand-filled terracotta vase below. And it says each player took it in turns to throw the smaller ball, which determined the winner of the game. Obviously, the winner was the player who was able to place the ball into the hole the more times. And it says it worked pretty well. It shows that both players must be very skillful and prompt. And I just thought this was pretty fascinating. And I'm going to share a few other websites in the description. Here is one talking about the ancient Egyptians and bowling again here. And also there was this story here on history of sports in ancient Egypt. And it seems to me, it seems that this website is declaring that wrestling was the national sport in Egypt, and just because probably the most artwork and depictions of it. And going down a little farther, it says bowling invented in ancient Egypt. It says throwing stone balls along a lane might have been a popular game in ancient Egypt, and it goes into some of that story I just read, and I guess here is some of what they unearthed in what was this ancient Egyptian cross between bowling and bocce ball that they have discovered. And here on another website, it talks about the history of bowling, and it talks about even being described in the Book of the Dead and possibly going back to 7200 BC, and I really haven't investigated that, but I found this website pretty interesting, so I will leave all this below. But it seems the ancient Egyptians invented a sport that was very similar to bowling. Hope you thought this was interesting. I'll leave these links below. You have a nice day.